Now this is Donovan Kingjay and Sir Logie International, full dancing clear. You see me I say, more love, more prosperity, Rasta.
Hi everyone, welcome to Rockers Life Stories in conjunction with Don Sinclair and Rockers Corners TV. My name's E.T. Siddiq and I'm the interviewer for today. And on the sofa today we have Donovan Kingjay, big time singer, in the place, on the circuit, running things, mashing up shows one after the other consistently. He's doing it right now. We've got him on the sofa. Total exclusive interview. We're not playing no games, right? This is the man right now doing his thing. And you know, we're fortunate to have you and a blessing that you're here to share your life story.
Honored to be
what
here.
can I say?
Honored to be here. Blessed love. Give
yeah?
Thanks. Yeah, man. Thanks
you
for
good?
having me. Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Okay, we're here doing our thing. And we'd love to just try to get a story, a kind of outlook, an outline of your life, where you've been, where you're going, and kind of what you've been up to as an artist, you know?
Of course, yeah, man. Give thanks.
So I'm just going to ask you a few questions and kind of, you know, get to know you a bit better, yeah?
Yes, sir.
So what part of London are you from?
Born in South London in a place called Camwell Green, side of Peckham, for those that don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, bless. And your Caribbean background, where are you from exactly, your parents or something?
Yeah, man. Both parents are Jamaican. One mother from Jonestown, and father from a place called Lucy in Hanover.
Okay.
And that's what we did there as well. Me and my little brother from when we were small.
Not far from us in Montego Bay, really.
St. James border.
Yeah,
you don't know border, Hanover. Yeah, man, our place, you don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
good,
man.
good.
Yeah,
I hope we're all in Lucy around.
Oh, you mean Green Island?
Okay.
Our place, Lucy. Yeah, man.
All right. So your, you know, obviously your earliest memories. I mean, listening to reggae music. What was your inspirations to get into it?
Well, it was just the love of the music that me get into sound system and those things before I actually considered to be an artist singing in my own right. But from early days, my favorite singer then was like Jacob Miller, Bob Marley, obviously the Wailers, Sugar Minott, Freddie McGregor, Fred Locks. Those artists had a huge influence on me, and because the youths and who were closer to our own age at that time, Hugh Mandel and Junior Reid and Laxi Castle.
So the stories, did you kind of, was it the stories what inspired you? Was it, what kind of gripped you to it? What, you know, attracted you to it?
Of course. It was like almost stepping through the cassette that it was at the time and the video.
TDKs.
And stepping through the video.
90s,
so all of the things where we grew up and we listen in the dance hall, on the videos, them, on the cassette, them. Being part of it was like stepping through that. And yeah, man, we were blessed. You see me, I say, Sugar Minott was a huge influence as well. So Frankie Paul, as you don't know, and Sanchez from another time. So, yeah, man. Early influences were always, we were looking at it so much as Rastafari at the time. But
it's a movement.
Yeah, man, but subconsciously, that's what was really going on. You understand? You know, the messaging in the music and stuff. So at that
was it the state of the country? Did you find it like as a kind of like a avenue to kind of focus as a young man coming up?
Of course, because in those times, growing up in England and especially in London, as I experienced for the community had to be closer and had to be tighter. So we gravitate to the things that we know, the things that we brought with us,
music,
which is predominantly the music, the
culture,
food, everything, the whole culture, and they even down to the partner, and you know, just having to look to the community for make our own things happen, because there wasn't not much, as you know, in them time there wasn't much outside influence.
Blues dance.
At that run the thing, you see me, because we couldn't get into clubs so much and those things in those times, as you know. So
that's great. So what's your earliest memories of sounds? Because obviously coming from Campbell, we know we had a lot of sounds in South London.
Well, Shaka was the man, didn't it? Shaka was the man, Coxon, obviously. Yeah. But it was through the clash, them, the cup competition, them. You had the Fat Man. Yeah. You see me say from those times. And even as we know it, it wasn't even Coxon then, it was Sir Nation. Yeah. In Forest Gate, as we did know him. You understand, before he went to Brixton and become Coxon. So, is
that right?
Of course.
Okay.
Well, I asked Lydie and remember him a while ago. So I remember Lydie said we did know him from Forest Gate days. Which was Sir Nation, as we say, and then before he went to Brixton and become Coxon. So we were listening to this sound like at Red Lion on a Sunday when he started at the front of the line, and through we are youth, we end up at the right at the back, you understand? Because the big man them used to come and move way up and we couldn't get for going there.
Yeah, be a young soldier, so the big man who's stepping forward.
You know it already.
Like you can't say nothing, you look at him and think,
youth know yourself and you have a sort
just cool. Not like in our days.
No, sir. Jump which line? You couldn't jump no line and tell a big man worse if in there with him girl and them thing there. You're youth. So it used to go. But those were the influences at them time. But then when they start come up in like in the 1977 was a song called Mombasa.
Okay.
So we start follow Mombasa, and then used to have like the youth sound them like Young Lion and Keity Smarlax. I don't know if you remember these kind of sound there as well. So we used to circle and move around, and those influences, because sound system, as you don't know, every 4 man or 2 man have a sound system. So everywhere sound system there, you understand?
Tannoy speakers for the very train stations and all them things there.
All of them things and teeth your wood and your mesh and everything for build your box.
Building scoops. Yeah.
You know the thing already. But yo man, but those are the influences and wonderful memories and some great dances in the earlies. You understand? And nice to go up on.
So did that kind of inspire you into kind of the culture of Rastafari and
yes,
so forth?
Definitely, as I said, because the messages in the music, and when we were growing as teenagers them time, you're not learning these things in the classrooms at school. So most of your knowledge, them kind of ways, was from some of your elders, or what you learn in the street and what we learn from video and watching certain programs. You understand? So the knowledge did increase, and it was in the music. And yes, Rastafari was always there. As I said, originally it was more subconscious because I wasn't Rasta as in no myself. And I signed up Rastafari when I was around 14, 15. So before then, I was still listening to reggae music before then, but the message was always there. Yeah, man.
Okay.
No doubt.
Okay. What was the what was the first sound system you become involved in? Because you know, as an artist, sometimes you're going through and you may be chatting your loose, writing your songs in your house or whatever, and then you may go to a dance and then you pick up a mic and they must say like, boy, you know, and
you can sing or you can DJ.
You can sing or DJ, but then there's always a sound that comes along and check you up serious. Well, you know, it's like,
well,
and they say, okay, you're going to work amongst us and we want you in a camp.
Right.
And what was your first sound you kind of had that vibe?
Well, that where they took it to the level where it was more serious, as in recording and taking it to that level, was King Original sound. I mean, we used to have our one youth sound called Creation. We used to play at the carnival from 1978 right round to 87.
Yeah.
So all of the songs that we didn't know from over them side, they like Java and them, and they understand.
Yeah.
But as a recording artist now, or a person who they have a sound system and label who take we up, was King Original, who was at the time, as you know, used to work with the Palmer twins, then Michael and Robert, which was Negos Roots.
Yeah.
So that I remember Shaka Nev was just starting his label at the time, and he's outside to get involved. But due to certain little things and, you know, like loyalties and politics, we just ease out of that still. But there was the influence, obviously, King Original, because
the owner being,
because he had the fattest. They had the fattest link.
Yeah.
Remember, everything that was Vina Records when it was fattest them time, it was supposed to get released on King Original.
Which is Fattest Barrel of Exterminator Records.
So man.
I know Fattest.
Fattest, man.
Fattest,
Not
okay.
Fattest,
Exterminator Records.
It was Vina first though.
Right.
Remember when Mikey and I and Daddy Freddy them.
Okay.
That was Vina Records them time.
Right.
But remember when we got to Jamaica at the time, there was an album with remember Devon Russell was around as well, and they performed at the time. The band was named the Firehouse Crew. So I and few other artists.
Firehouse Crew.
Yeah, man.
Did they not do Get Flat? Did they do Get Flat?
No, man. No, man. That Get Flat was Chalice or one of them Jamaica group there. Matter of musician, the band Firehouse Crew, which up to now, which was Danny them at the time, was brought together by Devon Russell when he was I remember when he brought them. So we all did some works with them and voiced the album. But at one stage, I'm gonna bust the secret car. Kareem, which is Fattest son, supposed to have the album in Jamaica. And when we got Jamaica and asked them,
can we just say Fattest? Can we just elaborate on Fattest? So Fattest is actually the manager of.
He's the producer, the owner of Vina,
and he was in his most successful artists on his label.
Right at the time, Sizzler, Luciano was there. Okay. There was also Jesse Royal, Mikey Jenner. We was all there at the time. Remember?
God bless his soul, because he's passed now, you know.
Right then. So big up to Fattest same way, and don't know as an influence, he influenced I. But what happened, as I said, due to certain local politics, the album went missing. So I kind of went into semi-retirement. And I said, boy, better I do something else. I'm not that, you understand? There were enough sad stories with enough of my artists bridging them from over the times.
With recording deals?
All kind of thing, you understand?
Music getting shelved.
Music getting shelved, tune up, boss and man not getting no pay, all type of thing. I'm just pure hard luck story. But so I say, Alright, man, let's ease out of this because I have my family and
See,
you understand?
you think if we as artists had more of a knowledge of PRS,
The business side of things.
and MCPS,
MCPS,
we'd have a better
publishing, copyright, all of those things. We never
very
really,
important.
we never know about these things. We never really too look to
So you
it,
get that like a
understand?
session fee, and that was the end of it.
1.5 pay for your tune when you voice, if you get a payment. So them thing they kind of, as we said, I kind of ease out.
Yeah, put you off it.
Of course.
Yeah.
In Sugar Mine bring her in around about 1992 when he released a song from me called Never Too Late on the U promotion level in Jamaica. And for me as an English youth, that was like a big boost, you understand?
Yeah.
To have a tune in Jamaica and getting played in Jamaica, plus when it get take up.
Okay.
And stuff like
So
that.
Sugar Mine actually produced your record and put it out.
Yeah, man. And put it on a 7-inch.
Human Promotion record label. Okay.
Yep. So it was from there now, and then, as I say, we move up now. From then time, the car was known as Kingjay them time, and it's pure covers we used to do like Always and Forever for Nadia and all of them man there over in Brixton and certain little thing link up with Sandino them and start forwarding the thing again. And then remember when Fred Locks did forward with King Original did a tour at that time, that him and Frankie them say, when they heard me singing, they say, but you're not a singer. I said, no. Say, how you get that name with them? I said, I don't know, a long time not that name. And they said, but you're a straight singer, so you are one, you get the crown, your name Kingjay.
Yeah.
So from 2003-4, and then at the same time, Russell Wright met the Studio 55 label with Wazir and Keith Manlink. So we do a couple tunes there with Nearest them and Seal, I remember. And who was there? Bellat, obviously.
Yeah.
Bellat, all of us was there, and I'll do a little one tune, I'll Delwa Pinnock and all them man there. So from them time it start, as Kingjay again now, so things start move up again. On a serious level, the love was always there for the music.
It was a good time.
Great. Yeah, man.
Love
experience.
love artists around the sun. Is that right?
Frankie Paul, as was called up already.
Sanchez
was there.
Flower Gun,
Sugar Miner, General Trees, Little John,
Okay.
Truman. All the most remember all them time with Kyler and all of them man there. So we were always surrounded and influenced by some wonderful
I was
artists.
actually part of the sound system.
That's what I looked
so.
at E.T. E.T. was there, was a DJ, one of the artists them, and it was one of the things you know, cause at the time, it wasn't a competition, but Jamaica's always the forefront, yeah? That's where the thing start and come from. But UK always had its influence. But what happened between in the 80s, some of the Jamaica artists them, as you know, Rankin Dread and Sinbad and certain artists, Cutty Rank, start get involved with, and Papa San, you get involved with the UK artists them, and the whole thing get elevated, you understand? So, yeah, it's them levels there, and it did get to a wonderful height, still have the influence around the world, but then I think around about the 90s with the influence of CD and dancehall
change.
I also coincided with, can we get the same argument, you know, Bob did drop out 81,
Wow.
Selassie get moved up in Ethiopia. Someone said, boy, you got dead and Bob gone and we are talking about reggae music now. No, me I tell you, someone come to me and trim and say, yo, them know in nothing with Rasta again.
Yeah.
Them know in nothing with reggae music and the dancehall and a man, and it's the same thing happened with the hip hop as you've done now. Around about the same time it become bling, dog and gangster.
Okay.
So
you're saying that the direction changed a bit?
Big time.
Okay.
Because the Malcolm X, Red, Gold and Green in New York in the hip hop get move up.
Yeah.
Same thing in the reggae. You understand?
I mean, prior to that, you know, when you was in London, where was the kind of places you used to rave and hang out? Where would you go and listen to good music and get that kind of, you know? I mean, I know we used to go in our time, 90s.
But from the late 70s to the 80s, you had from Moonshot to Phoebe's to Aces. We used to check out All Nations as well, you understand? Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, but we used to go around, there was a club in Fulham called Hippos, which was the resident of, as you say, we used to follow Moambasa up and down everywhere. Although we come from east, we used to go south and west, that's how the vibes.
So what was your most memorable sound clash at that time?
Acton Town Hall, Gold Cup clash, man.
Yeah?
Fat Man, Shaka, Coxon, and I think a Never King. We used to go Bally Hype on a Sunday as well and all them places. Yeah, man.
What year was this we're talking now?
We're talking 78, 79, 80.
Yeah. As a pop
yeah, baby them time, man, but me I tell you, so we are youth, and we are youth as well that going on the thing, because them time they know certain of the UK sound them start rise up now.
Yeah.
And we start following.
So when we're talking about clashing, we're talking about dub plates.
No, Shaka was in the competition. It was called
Okay.
Gold Cup. It was called a Gold Cup competition.
Right.
And
So the Gold Cup competition.
Yeah,
So did Shaka come with his 30 double 18?
listen, man. When Shaka reached and Shaka reached last, Shaka come the last and did that player one other session, and there was no room to put him back. So Shaka put him back. I'm in front and next man box. At that much, I tell you.
So there's all that was going on.
Mad thing.
Huh?
Wonderful vibration, and he win the cup.
Yeah.
Shaka
Well, he would have if he put speakers in front of someone else.
But someone that talk about say Shaka now in a sound competition and like him not play. Yes, man, because you used to have Gold Cup competition amongst all of the big sound them. You understand? Because we were, as I said, we were fortunate to come through the Unis, Morpheus.
Yeah.
You understand?
I mean, Shaka kind of had his own style of playing music, which had then kind of become a solo sound system which played by itself.
Because Shaka was more influenced as a Rastaman now, whereas most other sound systems were influenced by the Jamaica sound, like the Jammies, the Jaro them.
Yeah.
You understand? Youthman promotion. Those influences more influences the other sounds them now, like what I tell you now.
So the American influence was coming in also, was it?
You had it at the same time that with the Rising, as you know, which was what was my youth there with I forgot the America sound they went off now.
Who's that?
The big legend there, man. I forgot the sound there, but as I said, I'm just thinking, my brain just keep
Damn
telling me.
What Plains Road? You're talking about these
them
guys
man
from
there, you
Bronx,
understand? That was Rising,
Right.
but as me said, still we had sounds from here that when I play with them. Saxon did go America and play with some of them big man sound. So we had Unity and Saxon and them sound there. But when I said those sound now were more playing like what was happening in Jamaica, like what Gemini.
And Shaka was
Shara
more on a
and
kind of
Shaka was
dub.
just straight dub Rastafari.
Yeah, because I remember
Nothing
going to
different.
my first dance actually was Shaka in Trinity School in East Ham, and I remember him
But look at the
dancing
tune
from
them.
the set.
Look at the tune them we used to play though. When we grew up with Shaka Earlys, it was Wailing Souls, Barry Brown, Johnny Clark,
Right.
Leroy Smart. Those are the tunes that he was playing. But the difference with him was he was now playing Black Slate mixed up in a that, and look at Aswad mixed up in a that. With the Ras Imru Asha, Pablo Gyad, and them man they're England and I do things, but that wasn't getting played so much in the dance. Because as I said, most of the sounding was influenced by the Jamaica sound.